Hey guys, EverQuest Boss here from EverQuestBoss.com, and thought I'd do a little classic EverQuest today and visit Misty Thicket. Now it's probably been a while since most of you have seen Misty Thicket in its original form. Several years ago it was revamped, and me personally, every time a zone is revamped, you know, a piece of the EverQuest experience just kind of dies. Because we all have fond memories of places like Misty Thicket. Now, for me personally, this was the very first zone that I ever experienced on EverQuest. I was an halfling druid, just as I am now, and just kind of exploring for the very first time, and it was such a crazy world, and you would wander around and wonder what these things were and what you were supposed to do. Let's go for this moss snake. And it took a lot of time, you know. Leveling was brutal. And what you're witnessing here is Project 99, and which is an EverQuest emulator, and it's all classic, Canark style. Everything that I've seen thus far is exactly the way I remember it. If you notice, as I walk up to this wolf here, there's not a big blue, marker underneath him or anything like that to indicate that I've actually got the right thing targeted. It's just, back then it was, you just went for it, You didn't need maps. There were no maps. Your map was in your mind. And it was awesome. And so if you're ever interested in actually reliving this, exactly the way it was, then setting yourself up with Project 99 is the best option. It's free. It's a pretty healthy sized server. On average, there's about 700 people there. And if you think this is just Canark, original EverQuest in Canark, 700 people fills it up pretty good. For example, just in Misty Thicket, there's 4 players, and let's face it, there hasn't been 4 players in Misty Thicket at one time in 5 years. So, it's working out pretty good. And look at this guy here. It looks like he's got, looks like he's actually got real gear. Can't inspect him. That's unfortunate. Back in the day, I used to go up to guys and be like, man, that dude looks so awesome. I'm going to inspect, see what he has. I'm going to, he's got a book, some type of tome. I think that's a quest that you can do. Let's see if I can get hold of this rat. And just like back in the day, this game takes forever to level. I mean, I'm level 2. And, you're going to spend, quite frankly, you're going to spend hours doing this. And that is just the reality. Just the reality. Now, only thing I wish that it had that it doesn't, and this may sound crazy, and I'm sure I would get tired of it quickly, is the old UI, where all you had was just a small square of the screen, and, you remember the old graphics, surely. But, obviously this is better quality, and this is the Velius, if I remember correct, this is the Velius UI. And this is actually really easy to set up. I did have to do a little troubleshooting. It probably took me about 30 to 40 minutes total to get this all set up to where I could play on Project 99. But it was really, really simple. All you need is a copy of EverQuest Titanium Edition, which you can pick up on Amazon. And you install it on its own directory. And then you run a few programs, and I'll leave links in the notes for you guys. Oh, inventory's full. And I have no Sal. I have no money to buy all the other spells that I need. This is time consuming for sure. Now, unfortunately, or I won't even say unfortunately, but, reality is that, most of us, like me, have families and responsibilities and jobs and what have you. So this type of gameplay is just not realistic, you know. I'm never going to be rating on this game, for obvious reasons. You know, I just, you know, look how long it's taken me to level. You know, I'm just trying to get to the point where I can afford a couple of backpacks so I can hold more stuff. I thought for sure there were some bags on this vendor. Oh, I could use sewing kits, but they're 1 platinum. And let's face it, I don't have any cash. And although this was more fun because, you know, here's the thing. What we really want is an experience that we can't have again. Now, granted, this is exactly like the old school. And yes, the grouping and stuff is there. And I guess for that part of it, you can still relive that. But you're not going to be able to relive the mystery because you've already discovered it. And for most of us, this was our first MMO. And that nostalgia is never going to, you know, that feeling is never really going to be there again. But if you miss the way things were as far as community, grouping, you know, the challenge of the game, and just the overall play style, then this is definitely a great option. And you know, I'm going to give it a run. And what I plan to do for you guys is to continue to do videos of old school zones like Misty Thicket. So as I progress to a new zone, I'll do new videos so that you can, you know, maybe you don't have time to play, but you've got a few moments while you're at work or something like that to watch a YouTube video. Maybe I can help you relive this in some small way. I should be snaring this stuff, you know, I just don't want to, you know, I don't have any mana. And so I'm just trying to do the best I can, you know. And I just love seeing other dudes, you know, fighting rats. Here, let me get. What level is this guy? I'm level 1. Oh, he's blue to me. So he must only. I'm sorry, I'm level 2. He must only be level 1. Lame. I'm so much bigger and better than you. Remember when you had a level on somebody and it actually mattered because you knew that you know, they, at the very least, they had 8-10 hours before they were going to catch up with you. And that's assuming that it's not a hell level. And by the way, in Project 99, hell levels are back. So whether you love them or hate them, they are here. Oh, I hate Bixies. And I'm out of mana. Darn it. See, back then, in classic EverQuest, you've got to strategize. You can't just run up there and get hit by that Bixie, because you can't take 2 at the same time, or you're toast. And yeah, your mana regens in about 5 seconds because you only have 50 mana. And yes, you loot everything, absolutely. You gotta loot everything. And I can't take on any white cons. Has to be blue cons only if I am to survive. I remember, you know, several nights I would play 8 or 9 hours, and all I would do the whole time was teleport people for cash, because I needed to buy some Elder Spiritist arms, you know, that had the DOT clicky at level 46. And I did that all night, and I finally made 3K, which is what it took to buy the arms at that time. And I just thought it was so awesome with that clicky DOT. And yes, it might take me 20 minutes to solo a mob, but I could solo a mob because I had unlimited DOT, and I would just keep it snared and run around, and I was perfectly content with that. Whereas in today's world, I also remember accidentally attacking that guy's beetle friend, his beetle pet, and getting whooped, and I didn't understand, and you know, I took it personal. You know, how dare you? Why would you attack me? You know, I remember actually saying that out loud. Why would you attack me? I'm a halfling. I'm a fellow halfling. I don't understand. You know, because this was a new concept for most of us, and it was a whole new way of playing games, and it was just an experience, and it felt real. I mean, no kidding. I literally would, not go to college. I wouldn't show up to class. More or less broke up with my girlfriend at the time because, you know, she wanted me to spend time with her, but, you know, I had better things to do, like explore the land of Norath, as terrible and stupid as that might sound. Now, obviously, as I've grown in life, that would never be the case today, but man, back then it was. I mean, my roommate was the same way, just non-stop. It never ended. It never ended. I actually remember, you know, him playing 48 hours straight, my college roommate. And this is no joke. He was trying to get into a guild. He had to make level 60 by the end of the week. And, you know, he grinded on lava duck crawlers in Soul B 48 hours to get from 59 to level 60. And here's the thing, he was a warrior, so he had to use that truncheon that had a slow, you know, because the warrior had no way to heal. And he would slow it with that thing, and then he would fight it. And so I go to bed that night, I wake up the next morning, go to class, he's still playing. I go to class, I come home, he's still playing. I play all night, go to bed, he's still playing. Wake up the next morning, he's still playing. And he made it. You know, he got into the guild on time, was able to raid that night. And, man, intense. I wonder if anybody would have that kind of commitment in today's world. Probably not, because what we want is if we can't do it in an hour's time, we don't do it. I mean, that's just the sad truth of our gaming society now, is everything we want, you know, we want everything WoWified. And hate to even use that terminology because I know it frustrates so many people, but you know, WoW was the game that really came out and said, let's make this for babies. And ever since then, every game has been made for babies. You know, in EverQuest Next, I have a lot of hopes for it, but who knows? You know, I have a feeling that most of us will try it out, but it will only be a matter of time before we are right back playing the same old game that's 13 years old or 14 years old or what have you. I guess it's going on 15 years now. Oh yeah, just killing. So, you know, you've been with me now for 10 minutes of straight killing, and as you can see at level 2, I have gained very little EXP. This is very discouraging. I'm going to try to white con. Let's see what happens. I have a feeling he's going to resist. Ooh, he took the hit. Let's see if we can win this fight. I really should have got more mana before I got engaged in this. Because now I can't even cast. This could get ugly. Going to need to land some hits here with this wooden 0 stats. I have 0 stats on any gear. And honestly, you know, you were in your well into your 20s, 30s, maybe even 40s before you had stat gear. And that's just the way it is. And I remember just wanting to get to level 19 so I could port somebody for the first time. And, you know, I can only port to one location, but hey, you know, I was a baller then. They're supposed to be adding Velius into Project 99 as of sometime in December. So, you know, if you're worried, hey, you know, there's no way I'll ever catch up. Hey, look, this is old school, and it's been just Canark for a very long time. I don't think they have any intentions of going past Velius. And so this is the classic EverQuest. And you can enjoy it. And I suppose I need to med. And I always like to have my sit as number 5 on my keyboard. So let's have a seat here, get a little mana. Reminisce about the good old days of Misty Thicket. Gotta love it. You just got to. It was so beautiful. There was so much mystery. You know, I remember that there was this rumor that went around in Misty Thicket that one of these goblins would drop like a grappling hook weapon. And I've went back and basically have debunked this to the best of my knowledge, because I've brought high-level characters here, and, you know, before it was revamped, of course, before it was ruined, I had brought high-level characters here and just spent days mutilating these guys to see if that was true. And it wasn't. But the cool thing is back then there was so much mystery, you know. You would come and spend several hours doing that because, hey, did I just get some pants? Baller! Oh yeah. Just went up 3 AC. Watch out, world. It's about to get sick. Let's check out this spider. I need to find some more of those guys. They're going to drop some clothing. Let's see if I look like I have... Oh, can't tell I wore any can't tell I'm wearing any clothes. No graphic. That's okay. Because... Oops. Accidentally pulled a white con, even con mob. It's not good. You know, I may do a video showing you exactly how to install all this, because it can be complex. It shouldn't be, but there's usually, you know, it's just like anything with technology. There's usually a couple of hiccups that you have to overcome. But hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people have done it. Well, thousands, really. And it's not that bad. Just do the research. There'll be a link. And, honestly, I'm making it sound worse than it really is. It's actually quite simple. And I will leave the link with all the directions that you need so that you can come experience this. And by the way, if you decide to experience this game, you want to reach out to me. My name is Heinak. Heinak. And feel free to friend me, say what's up, you know. Maybe you can create a halfling warrior and we can go destroy the world of Norath. And just have a good old time. Ah, the ding. The famous ding. Gotta love that. You got to. If you don't love it, I don't understand you. Oh, level 3. Whew, what do I do now? So many possibilities. Oh, remember when you needed to have a fire beetle eye in your inventory in order to cast certain spells? Glad I got that squared up. Now, obviously, this slot here, this charm slot, was never there. You know, there's still some things here that they just couldn't quite get rid of. You know, even these options here. Let's load skin. We can do Velius skin. Default old skin. I think let's see what happens when I load skin Velius here. Hopefully this doesn't crash the game. Oh wow. Do I like that or not? That's what the Velius skin looked like. Haha. You know? I think I'm gonna keep it for now. Do you guys remember the Velius skin looking like that? I do not. Maybe it did. Can't say if I like it better or if I like the old one better. I think for now I'll stick with this. Oh crap. I like how they run away, but they regenerate so quickly that it's only a matter of seconds before they start heading back to try to fight you again. Good old EverQuest. And of course I had to play this on a much different screen back then. Much less attractive, big boxy screen. There actually wasn't room for 2 chat windows like I have now. And the targeting... Alright. Sorry about that little interruption there. Somebody called me and I had to pause the video for a second. Let's get this Black Wolf. Kind of lost my train of thought, but I'm basically just going through here and just enjoying the sounds of the old EverQuest. Like, I love when night comes because you can hear... hopefully you can hear this on the video, but I love the sound of the bugs and the sound of night. It made it feel real, you know what I mean? This is really lacking and missing in games today. This feeling. Most games, every zone has music. That's not what I like, you know. I like music in towns, in cities, but when I'm out in the wilderness, you know, out here hunting, I want it to sound like I am. The footsteps, sounds of the bugs. This was awesome. This was amazing. An amazing game. I hope that you like this video, and eventually I'm going to have to move over to the second half of Misty Thicket, and I'm going to do another recording when that happens, and hopefully you enjoy it. And leave me some feedback. You can visit me at EverQuestBoss.com. I do a lot of screen captures of current EverQuest, and I'm just kind of on this classic kick for a while. And then I screen capture other games like Vanguard, EverQuest 2, and as soon as EverQuest next beta starts, I'll be screencasting that. And there we go. And hopefully you guys will be along for the ride, and that you will enjoy it as well. One thing I don't like about this UI is I can't tell very easily how much life he has left. It's a little harder to determine. Got him. And remember when you needed to keep the pelts for tailoring? Oh, that goblin's back up. Let's go see if we can kill him real quick before I end this segment. Oh yes, goblin worker. Busted. Trying to move this stupid song window. Maybe I need to go back to the other UI to move that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, EverQuestBoss.com. And I will be recording probably a couple of these a week, so stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoy these. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. Bye-bye.